Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa. Welcome to another episode of 30 as Fuck.
If I only could have started from the end. Now I have a house for kids and even a big land. Who knew I'd have only made mistakes that would have been fixed with a slice of cheesecake. Demo Salvatore was my 18 dream, but now the only one I be with is Chandler Bing. Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.
Hello bitches. Welcome back. Welcome back to 30 as Fuck, and today this is the last episode of season 1. It's crazy, like 25 episodes or 26 I think. Oh my gosh, I think I lost count. It's crazy. I am surprised and proud of myself and very thankful that you listened to all those episodes. If you're new here, welcome. Go back in time, listen to everything that it's been said so far. And I can't wait to come back in September because yes, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break for the summer. I'm gonna enjoy the summer. I'm gonna work on season 2. There's so many things that I want to upgrade and work on, and I need the time to do it. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to come back, but also I'm excited to relax. So this last episode, we're going to talk about, I want to say motherhood, but it's not just that. It's just more of it, this feeling of that you could have to wanted to be a mother that you could not have. It's like about really like, yeah, maybe it's right. Motherhood in all the variety, like all the way that it could come into your life. In a traditional way and not. So this idea came from actually Mother's Day. Crazy, but I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel that I want to, like I felt a little bit more sad to not be a mom yet. So what you need to know about me is that I really want to have a family. I really want to be a mom. I'm one of those women. But of course I always promised myself that I would never have kids just for the sake of it, but because I have a good situation going on, a good partner, and not just because I want to use like in a selfish way, but it's not really a selfish way. But at the same time, it's more like I don't want to just do it because society pushed me to do it, to have them. So during Mother's Day I was like, oh gosh, this is interesting. Why do I feel this way? And it was, I think, the first time that it was a little bit bittersweet. And I was like, I think I need to talk about this. So we're going to talk about a lot of things. So we're going to talk about sorry, I have a list on my computer because my brain, sorry, little parenthesis. You have to know the last night I went out for like drinks and dinner and I came back home like at midnight. And today I am devastated. And this is also what happens when you're 30. So, gotta help my brain to actually function properly. So I made a list. So, first thing, I mean, not first thing, but like the list goes this way. So it's the pressure from family, society of like being a mother. Biological clock. Do we want to be mothers? Mother instincts, scared to be, timing, partner, father figure, support system, childcare, or like grandparents, money, and most important is having the kids, as I said, just not for the sake of it. So I'm gonna start from the first one, that it's pressure from family, society. Sometimes we can happen to go like on family gathers and you have the aunt or your mother or like someone in the family being like, so we're gonna have a kid, what are you gonna like have a family just because you're in your 30s? And it's like, well, the question is, sometimes we don't want to have a family. Sometimes we maybe struggle actually physically or biologically to be able to get pregnant. Like there's so many reasons, and it's crazy how as a woman, once you reach your 30s, they look at you and you don't have kids. They look at you like you're an alien. Like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with her? Why she's not like procreating already? And it's a little bit like annoying. I don't personally have this pressure. I mean, I feel it from I want to say society a little bit, but it's like a 10%. From my family, I don't, but just I think I'm lucky because I have two older sisters that had kids. So it's like my mom and my dad are already grandparents. So it's kind of fulfilled that their need, it's been fulfilled. And so I actually have my mother being like, oh my gosh, no, wait, like don't have it now. If I could go back in time, I will have the three of you later on and enjoy more life. And so I will believe her and try to enjoy life. But I am pressured more by my biological clock. I thought to freeze my eggs. Because there's a part of me that it's scared that it's gonna be too late, that it's gonna be too difficult. I don't even know if it is right. I don't know. I don't think I'm an expert on. I mean, of course, I know that you can have also get premenopause around 37. So I think there is like a part of me in my brain that's a little bit scared that that's what is going to happen and never gonna be able to actually be a mother. Um, or even just that I'm gonna find the right person too late and then it's gonna be too late to do everything. And I'm like, am I gonna feel like it? Like once I reach like 37, am I gonna 38? If I think about 37, 38 for me, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so late. Um, and I'm pretty sure like probably it's not. It's still fine, but for me personally. And so I do feel a little bit biological clock like ticking and ticking and but at the same time it's like an internal fight because I'm like I don't want to have the kid for the sake of it, just because timing and like you need like to actually get there or whatever, or it's because it's a need. Like I wanted to have because there's like everything in the background, it's actually prepared for it. And of course, it's never like good time. It's never like, perfect. It's never, my grandma used to tell me, if you wait for money to have kids, you never have kids. She raised and had three kids. We literally like, they were so poor. But at the same time, I saw like the struggle in my family. I saw my parents and my parents' divorce and everything. I don't want to, if I can avoid it, of course, you can never prevent the future. Life is unpredictable. But I want to have kids with the right partner. I want to have kids at the right time with like, I don't want to say I want to have a house, but at least able to pay rent with a 2 bedrooms apartment, so to have the space. I don't want to like, now I live in a studio. It would be like, other than I don't have the other half to make a baby, it would be like either way, very chaotic and very like unresponsible, I want to say. Irresponsible, not irresponsible, doesn't exist. Irresponsible. um then the question that it's the most important is like, do we want to be mothers? It is, there are people out there, there are women out there that they don't want to be mothers, or they want to be mothers, or like use their mother. And also, wait a second, let me go back. Don't want it to be a mother doesn't mean that you don't have mother instinct. It means just that you don't want your own. But I know a lot of women that were great aunt, great godmothers, great like mothers figures, that they're taking over part of this like mother's job, that it's not completely 100% their own. And so it doesn't mean that because you don't want to have kids, you don't have mother instincts. You just maybe want to be like the cool like aunt from like the cool city full of money, and be anyway like a guideline, or someone that they can look up to in a different way. Then sometimes you might be also scared to not be a good mother, and it could come from like background and family history and stuff like that. Like there's, oh my gosh, we could probably talk for hours about this. And I think there's also like environment type of situation. So what it's, your surrounding and what's going on in your life. And that's where the timing comes in. So meaning that maybe you wanted to be a mother like me. I want to, but I don't have a partner. I don't have the money to have a baby right now. I do not have the space. I don't have like everything else that it's going on around me. It's like still like a work in progress, that it would be really like putting gas on fire if I had a baby right now. And I think even if I had a partner, I would be like, no, dude, this is not time. Even if I really wanted to. And I was talking with one of my friends last night, and we were talking about this. And she's like, my partner wants to have kids, but now I don't feel ready. There's still we have to get married, we have to move to the new house. I'm still working on my immigration like situation and stuff like that. It's so many things. And I told her, and she's like, at this point I'm like, is it me that I don't want to be ever? Is it a mother? Is it like, because I feel that he wants to be a father. We decided also for adoption is an option, but at the same time right now, like, I just feel the pressure. And I'm like, you know what, if I was in your situation, me, that I know that I want to be actually a mother, like I know that I have the mother instinct. It's like kicks in every time that I see the baby. It's like I just lights up as a Christmas tree. I know that if I was in your same situation, I would be like, okay, hold on a second. And so she was like, oh, okay, makes sense, because there's so much going on that it will be like kind of again irresponsible to do something, to jump into something. And yes, we do have sometimes to be a little bit irresponsible, especially when we have to make like big decisions. You can ponder as much as you want, but then at one point you have to like be like, okay, let's just jump. But at the same time, it has to make sense. That brings me to partner. Haha. I think for me, it's like those are the two things. So the biological clock and the partner, those are the two things that are like the most important to me. And they're also like the opposite, meaning that I feel the pressure of the timing. So I could literally just find the first guy on the street and be like, you know what? Like, make it. I don't even want to say like just sleep with me and give me a baby. I say also literally be like, well, yeah, you're good enough, whatever, I like you, I don't like you, I don't know, like fuck my boundaries, fuck my I don't know, standards or whatever, let's do this just because I want a baby. Because for me, I want absolutely to have a kid or two or three or four or whatever life's gonna bring. I want to have it with the right person. I want to know that I can count on that partner, that when I'm during the pregnancy, even before, like all the process or all the decision, I need to be sure that the person's going to be close to me. It's going to actually be with me in all of it. That he's going to be a father even before we get pregnant, that he's conscious about what's going on, what's going to happen. He's interested. He's gonna be there after, and like 100%, and not that still old idea of fatherhood that it's about I go to work, bring home the money, and then my job is done. No, like I want someone that it's fully 100% like there, and that all this brings me to father figure. It is for me very important that the person that I'm gonna be with, it's gonna be absolutely like 100%. And it's insane that sometimes we're not able to find that. And again, for me, it's like the two opposite thing. It is, I want to be a mother, but at the same time, I don't want to settle for have like a partner that it's not gonna be there, because I don't want to be a single mother. Otherwise, I would literally save money and go buy some sperm and be like, okay. That is also like an option. It's something that I'm thinking about, and it could be, I don't know, rough so many feathers. But I told myself, so as of the freezing the eggs situation, That either way I would have to do it now, and I don't have the money because it costs some money, because I'm 31, so now it will be like actually the perfect time is around 29, like 28, 29, but you can do it until you're 33. um it's like, if I will be able to have the money, if I could, in my situation, like, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually like wealthy enough to be able to support myself and my kid without even looking back, to be like, okay, I think that I might even go to sperm bank and get my kid. There's also this to take in consideration when that happens. I Again, this is an idea because I do not have a lot of information about it. It's just a thought, of course, because I'm not interested to do it right now. But what I know is that I could also get 2 kids at the same time. So 3 kids sometimes when you do those type of things. So that is to take in consideration, to do it by yourself and what's going to happen. So I think I if I ever choose this option, it's because I really have a lot of money that I can literally like have nannies or whatever, like people helping me, because it will be a lot to take. And that brings me to support system. So when you do have a kid, you need to have a support system. Part of it's your partner, of course, and I told you already what I want. And the other part is the ability or the possibility to afford childcare. Of maybe you have your grandparents or aunts, or like anyway, like whoever can help you go through with it, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then I saw my sisters as mothers, especially. Of course, there's gonna be a period of time where we're gonna stay home with the kids, but we are human beings. We are independent women. We want to have our careers and whatever. And I will never be tired enough to say that we should be able to do both, and we should be able to be helped to do both. And this is valid also for the father. Like, I can understand why fathers, they cannot be stay home after the child is born for like at least 3 months from work, and be able to be there for the family, be the father, be the, sustain the mother and whatever. Like, I think that is like so important, and we're still so behind in society. And in any, like, literally, I don't think that there's like, probably north of Europe it's a little bit like getting closer to what it's supposed to be, but we're still so behind about this. And there's also probably one of the reason why there's people or young adults, 30 years old young adults, that are like thinking about having kids, but they're like overthinking about having kids. And it is most of it because of the support system and childcare and grandparents. For me, for example, let's say I meet someone that it's not from Vancouver, even if he's Canadian. Let's say he's from Toronto or like another place. Uh, Literally, we wouldn't have any support system unless we pay for it, because my family is in Italy. My entire family. His family is like, let's say, somewhere else. Uh, so that it's insane. That it's insane, and I feel it's like a big part of making the decision. Okay, I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids, because again, you can't just have kids for the sake of it. Like, it's not like it was so many years ago. Now we also have the chance to decide. We're not at pressure, like women especially have the chance to be like, hey, just because I'm not a mother doesn't mean I'm not fulfilled. It doesn't mean that I'm not like part of society and doing my part. So I'm like, although we still have to talk about this and we still have to say those type of things, because there's still some pressure coming from whatever, like the corners of society. um and so it's insane. And if you have to pay for it because you don't have to, like, it's a lot of money. And that's also why I think now, as people in our 30s and as like people that wants to have kids, we are thinking about the money situation a lot, because it costs it costs a lot. Having a kid, it costs a lot. Even if you have the support system, even if you have your grandparent, like the grandparents, um it is crazy how many things a kid needs now. And it's insane. It's really insane. I see my friends, my girlfriends, it's like really insane. And but of course, as my grandma used to say, if you wait for money, you are never gonna have a kid, because money are never enough. So I think that there needs to find there needs it needs to be find like something in the middle, like a balance, and be like, okay, so what's going on? We're not rich, of course, but or we have a house, or we have a nice apartment with the space to have a kid. Okay, we have job that will permit, like, and allowed us to take times off and have um maternity leave or whatever, or paternity leave. um so it's like, can we do this? Can we afford childcare at a certain point? Okay, I think that if you can do like those things, it's gonna be difficult, but at the same time it is possible. And that brings me again to the first sentence that I said, and I keep repeating myself all the time. It's like, I don't want to have kids just for the sake of it. I don't want to have kids without thinking about it. I don't want to have kids because we had to. I don't want to have kids with the wrong person. I don't want to have kids if everything else in my life, it's a mess. Um and it's weird how me, as a person, as a woman that has a mother instinct, and I really really want to be a mother in my life, and there's a part of me that it's so scared that it's not gonna happen, that it's so scared that I'm gonna have to look back in, I want to say, 15 years and be like, well, it was what it was. um and it's something that I'm always gonna miss, and it scares me. There's a part of me that is scared about this, but at the same time, I don't want to put in this world a person with the wrong people and struggling and not be able to give them everything that they deserve. And I'm not saying that my kids are not gonna have traumas. Of course, life gives you what it is, and it's unpredictable. I said it before, it's normal. But at the same time, if I can do my part and be like, okay, I don't want um give this type of traumas to my kids. Like, I want to find the right partner because I want them to have like a good like environment around them. I don't want them to grow up as I did in a toxic environment or a very dramatic environment. More, yeah, well, I was also toxic, but like, I mean, um I want them to I want to be able to, I don't want to say spoil them, because of course I want them to be able to know the values of money, and that, you know, you have to work to get things and everything. But at the same time, I want to be able to give them everything that they need: food, clothes, be able to go to school, do sports. Why not? I want them to have the best childhood ever. And not because I didn't have it, I did, but I also know that I had to make choices as a young adult, young adult, because I am still a young adult. Um, make choices, and when I was a kid, because my parents couldn't afford like everything. And so it's not that I don't want my kids to make choices. Of course I want to teach them also that, but at the same time, why not try a little bit of everything? Why not try it and explore? If I could go back in time and be able to afford like piano lessons, probably I will be able to play piano very well right now because I'm always being very passionate about music, or anything else that is artistic for me. So I don't want to have kids just for the sake of it. I think this is gonna be the title of this episode. But because I want to put in this world someone that I'm gonna be able to support and be there and everything. Before I leave you, I want to just do a little parenthesis because this is always also about mental health. And another thing that is on my check-in list regarding putting new people in this world is, how are you mentally? What's going on? Are you okay? Are you depressed? Are you anxious? Are you anything? What's going on? Because I lived it on my skin. I've been raised by two people that struggled a lot with mental health. I mean, my mom for sure, more than my dad, but also my dad lacking in certain things, lacking in communication skills, lacking in listening skills. And with this idea of how things were supposed to be. My mom with mental illness, and of course there are certain things that you can never like get away with. I get it. Like my sister, she's bipolar, but at the same time be able to take care of yourself and be able to be mentally okay. I have this. I have too anxiety and depression running in my vein, and I know that they might come back, but be able to work on my past and the generational traumas. We talked about this, I think, in one of the best episodes because I love this topic. But be able to be like, you know what? I think I got it. Like, I think I know a little bit how life is. I think I'm okay. I think that I know how I want to raise them. I think I know that I can be a good mother, I think. And of course, you can be the best mother and then they can all ended up hating you either way, especially when they're teenagers. Like, of course, life, it's not perfect. Again, it's impossible to not give them traumas. You're gonna end up doing something, but be able to be aware of it, okay, mentally, and be like, okay, I'm aware that I'm lacking in this, so I'm gonna work on this because I want to be able to show my kids that this is possible. Okay, that even when you're lacking in something, you can learn it and stuff like that. Okay. Whew. This was good. This was good to be the last episode. Oh my gosh. I am a little bit sad, but also happy to vacate my brain a little bit. So, I hope you enjoyed this last episode of season 1. I can't wait to come back in September. I have so many things that I want to do, so many ideas, and I think it's going to get better and better and better, and I hope it's going to get better and better every time I learn something new. I always enjoy your support, and if you want to send me a DM or whatever to let me know, hey, like, this is something that we should talk about, I'm here. Please give me ideas. Oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like, what am I gonna talk about? And so thank you so much for this first season. It was the best season ever. And again, I can't wait for the next one. So thank you so much. Remember to share, subscribe, so you're gonna know exactly when the second season is gonna come. You're gonna receive a notification. Subscribe. Follow the page Vanessa Di Rossi, my personal page, or on Instagram, or 30s Fact Podcast. And enjoy your summer, girls. Enjoy, have fun, get a tan, and see you in September. And see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.